Hey, everybody. This episode is brought to you by our proud title sponsor, NHL Sense Arena, the next generation of off-ice hockey training for players and goalies. Look, we know how much you invest in your children's hockey development, the early mornings, the travel, and let's not forget the expenses of training for hockey camps, private ice time, the general expenses of the season. It's a lot. But wouldn't it be great to bring that on-ice practice experience home that's fun, fits into your schedule, and that's affordable? If you said yes, which I'm sure you did, you've got to check out NHL Sense Arena. It's a top-tier virtual reality training game that brings the on-ice practice experience home so you can practice anytime and anywhere, literally. You can transform any part of your home into a virtual ice rink where you're getting unlimited access to over 100 drills, training plans from top coaches and players, weekly drill challenges, and more that focus on improving hockey sense and physical cognitive skills, starting at just $33 per month. That is a lot cheaper than an hour of ice time. The physical side of hockey gets a lot of attention, but we don't focus enough on the mental side of it. It's something we talk about on this show all the time. NHL Sense Arena provides an immersive solution for players to sharpen those skills when ice time is limited or not affordable and they want to get those extra reps in. So, for our listeners, NHL Sense Arena is offering an exclusive $50 off their annual plan. All you got to do is head over to their website, hockey.sensearena.com. Again, hockey.sensearena.com, and use our code HOCKEYNEVERSTOPS, and you'll level up your off-ice training by using NHL Sense Arena. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting us and NHL Sense Arena. Enjoy this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey. Hello, hockey players and goalies around the world, and welcome to another edition of the Ride to the Rink. Today we are talking about the postseason, the playoffs, the big games, the championships, all of the big moments that are coming up in your seasons. You might be there already. You might be this weekend. You might be listening to this at a later date, and they're coming up later in the year. Whenever you're listening to this, it's going to be valuable. This might be one of those episodes you want to listen to with your coaches and your entire team, because I'm going to drop some knowledge with you today about what it takes to compete in a championship atmosphere and what gives teams the edge in those environments. And it starts with a story. The year is 1983. The New York Islanders are taking on the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Islanders had just won 3 cups in a row. This is their 4th appearance in a row. And they're playing a team with a young player, a few young players, one named Wayne Gretzky, one named Mark Messier. These are future Hall of Famers. One of them is going to be the greatest hockey player of all time in Wayne Gretzky. But at this time, kind of like where Connor Bedard is at today, a lot of hope, a lot of promise, but unproven. No cups, no championships, not really any records yet at that point, not any crazy ones at least. And here they are playing the Islanders in the Stanley Cup Final. And the game is being played at Nassau Coliseum where the Islanders play. And the Oilers lose the Stanley Cup to the Islanders in 1983. And the way Nassau Coliseum was made at that time, the losing team had to walk by the winning team's locker room. And I talk about this all the time when I work with teams. Wayne Gretzky had to get up. Mark Messier had to get up, that whole team, and walk by the Islanders' locker room. And they went by. They couldn't help themselves. They looked into the locker room, and what do you think that they saw? Now, the common answer I get here is celebrating, champagne, shouting, screaming, people hanging from the ceiling because they won the Stanley Cup. Wayne Gretzky looked in the room. Stanley Cup was in the middle of the room, and all of the players were happy, but they were in their stalls with ice packs, with doctors, with people looking at them, because they had played so hard they could not move. They had nothing left. They were Cup champions for the 4th time in a row. Last team to do that. No team has done that since. The New York Islanders have done that. But they couldn't move. And Wayne Gretzky said famously, that's when I realized what it would take to win, because I could still play 3 or 4 more games. That's where the start of the message is. You have to be able to go through the playoffs and know and look at your teammates and look at your coaches and then look at yourself and say at the end, I gave everything I could give to try and win this game. Look, I hate losing. I don't like it. It's one of the things I like the least on this planet. But the only way I can handle a loss is if I know myself and my team did everything we could to win. If a better team comes along and beats us, it's fine as long as I know we did everything we could. I have a real hard time when that's not the case. That's one of the things I want you to know as you go into the big games, right? Really any game. You have to have the ability at the end of the game to look around that locker room and know we and I did everything we could to win today. That is the ultimate team. The training for that starts at the beginning of the season and it culminates at the end of the season. But I'll tell you what, it's never too late or never too early to start believing in one another. You don't have to like each other, but you have to respect each other. That respect creates trust. Good communication creates results. Let's go back to the story. We're going to fast forward one more year, 1984. Guess who's in the Cup final? Oilers, Islanders, Gretzky against the same team. 5th Cup appearance in a row for the Islanders, except for this time, they did not win. The young Wayne Gretzky-led Oilers won their first cup. It would be the first of 4 in 5 years. And they said, because of that year before, that loss taught them how to win. Here is my challenge to you. I challenge you to not be Wayne Gretzky, to not be the 1983 Oilers. I challenge you to learn now that you need to understand what it takes to win. You don't have to lose to win if you understand what I'm talking about, even though losing is the greatest teacher. Stand up for one another, believe in one another, look each other in the eye, and know that that person is going to do everything they can to win, and they know you're going to do everything you can to win. That is a championship secret. And that is this week's Ride to the Rink. I hope you enjoyed it. You can hear all of the Ride to the Rink episodes on ourkidsplayhockey.com. But obviously, I'm wishing you all the best. I don't wish luck. I don't believe in luck. You make your own luck. I'm wishing you all the best here in your postseasons, in your summers, in your regular seasons, whenever you're listening to this. This is a key to success. I'm Lee Elias, and we will see you on the next edition of the Ride to the Rink. Skate on, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Our Kids Play Hockey. Make sure to like and subscribe right now if you found value wherever you're listening, whether it's a podcast network, a social media network, or our website, ourkidsplayhockey.com. Also, make sure to check out our children's book, When Hockey Stops, at whenhockeystops.com. It's a book that helps children deal with adversity in the game and in life. We're very proud of it. But thanks so much for listening to this edition of Our Kids Play Hockey, and we'll see you on the next episode.